Strange New Worlds showrunner Akiva Goldsman has been speaking about Season 3 of Strange New Worlds, but also what will happen beyond Strange New Worlds when it ends with Season 5. And he has actually suggested that they could remake the original series. I don't even know where to... I just don't... Welcome to the Tachyon Pulse podcast.
Our Tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.
Okay, fans were shocked that Strange New Worlds is going to end with a 6-episode end with Season 5. Anybody that listens to my videos weren't shocked because I've been telling you for a while. But it was surprising. Now, Akiva Goldsman was being asked about that in an interview, and he basically said, look, we knew at some point that we were going to be bumping into the original series. We knew that from the beginning. But he then spoke about how if they got a call from Paramount to say, hey guys, let's do the original series, let's actually remake classic Star Trek, that they'd be up for it. That they've got a great crew, they've got great sets, it would be a shame to waste it. And that, hey, Paul Wesley would be Kirk in a series, remaking the original series. Now, for one, I think that would basically then confirm that this is a different universe. So it's the only way they could do it, isn't it? Because they're not going to physically remake the episodes. I suppose they could sort of do stories that are technically supposed to be between the episodes of the original series. But I don't really see how that works. Or they could say it's running up to the original series before the 5-year mission started. I don't know. But what I'm going to say here now, I mean from my heart, deep down in my heart. Are they effing kidding me? Right, so some people say these people don't, Akiva Goldsman, Kurtzman, etc., don't understand Star Trek. They're not Star Trek fans, they're not Trekkies, and they don't understand us as the hardcore fans. And I try to defend them. I try to say, no, look, you know, they are really trying to do, not Kurtzman, but they are really trying to do good Star Trek, that they do care about the franchise. But when they say things like this, I have to sit here and go, they have no clue. As a long-time Trekkie, I accepted the J.J. Abrams series of movies because it was a different universe. It was a different story, different Kirks even, different Spock, different everybody. The characters were different because reality was different. I accepted Strange New Worlds even though from day one I said they're going to struggle because this is going to kick on to the original series, and they mustn't, because the original series done by Gene Roddenberry is everything that this franchise is then built off. It cannot be messed around with. It's like our Mecha or our bloody, I don't know, it's everything that everything else has been built off. For me, it is sacrilege to try and mess with this series, and to remake it is absolutely ridiculous. It's actually idiotic, and just for the fact that they've suggested it and meant it just basically underlines to me why Skydance cannot give these people a new contract, because they might actually try to do this. Now, Akiva Goldsman was not saying they're actually planning to do it. What he was basically saying was, we could. The sets are here, the cast is here, everything else, you know, okay. Anson Mount would be leaving as Pike, but Paul Wesley would step up. And I actually think that's one of the ways they got Paul Wesley to do this, because I think they might have been like, if this does well, we could do an original series remake and you'd be Kirk. And Paul Wesley is like, oh, okay. So, I mean, I don't think this is necessarily something they've planned, but it's definitely something they've thought about. But I'm going to return to the point. The fact that they've thought about it, to me, really does prove that all of the defending of them I've done over the last 5 years was a complete waste of time, because these people do not understand anything about us Trekkies. It's sacrilege. I don't know any other way to say it. It's honestly, I'm exacerbated by them. I dropped exclusively, and you guys know that I don't think Skydance are going to give these people a new contract, but they are. Secret Hideout will be pitching to them as soon as the merger goes through. But by the way, I'm being told that's going to happen quite soon. But when the merger does go through, they're going to be pitching to Skydance, going, look, basically in a desperate attempt to keep the contract. They're going to be pitching season 3, etc. of Academy. They'll be pitching this comedy series they're trying to write, this situational comedy. And they'll be pitching things like, we could remake the original series. Fans would like that. No, we won't. There might be new fans that would come in and go, oh, remaking Kirk. Right, I could... If the movies had never happened, if TNG had never happened, Voyager, blah, 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 if this stuff had never happened, and Star Trek was just a cult classic that was, like ticking over, and they come back and went, we're going to do a remake, we're going to modernise it, and then hopefully we can, spread the franchise and, do it anew, like they did with Battlestar Galactica, for example. I'd be like, okay, that's interesting, let's see what they do. But that's not what happened. We got TNG, we got a continuation of this universe. Now, they kept doing bloody prequels, which, again, I don't know why. I don't even know really why they did Enterprise. I was frustrated at the point when they did Enterprise. I was really frustrated when they actually then didn't bother showing us how the Federation became the Federation, because they did the pig in time Cold War. So they were basically trying to make out... I always thought it was a way of sort of like, if they made any mistakes with canon, they could go, time Cold War. But they did that for whatever God knows reason. They showed us some elements of how the Federation was born, but not really enough for me. And then they did the finale episode when we actually had, Captain Archer's speech there, and they didn't actually show it. Instead, they focused on bloody Commander Riker. It was such a missed opportunity, Enterprise. It was a good show. I enjoyed it, but it was such a missed opportunity. But then they did the J.J. Abrams prequels. And I'm like, that's just a way of going, because Kirk, etc. are the iconic characters, so they did it. So, but they did the different universe, and they got around it that way. Strange New Worlds, to me, was always a problem, because it was going to boot heads with the original series. But they've done it pretty well. The casting is perfect for me. The writing's still a bit dodgy in places, but they've done a pretty good job with it. But I bloody knew this was always the risk, that they could step on the original series. And I've been saying for years, fans won't accept it. We won't thank you for it. Alright, there may be fans that aren't Trekkies, that are just, passing fans. They'll go, oh, Kirk, let's watch that. But Trekkies will kick off. We won't watch it. We will hate it before they make anything. And to me, it doesn't matter how good that show then was. I still wouldn't watch it, because there's no other words for it. It's sacrilege to even suggest doing it. You guys know that, look, I don't do hate videos. I don't do negativity for the sake of negativity. I tell you honestly what I think, and this is honestly how I feel about this. But the fact that they've even suggested it just screams to me that these people have no bloody clue. And the sooner Skydance get in and tell these people to do one, the better. Because this just underlines to me that they've got no idea. But get into the comments and tell me what you think. Because, hey, this is a discussion, this is a debate. I'm not always right on these things. If I'm wrong, tell me why. Tell me why they should remake the original series. I dare you. But, what do you think about the fact that they've even suggested it? And again, They're not saying that this is planned. They're not saying that this is greenlit or anything like that. They're just saying that they'd love to. And what I'm saying is that screams to me about how they actually feel about Star Trek. So get into the comments and tell me exactly what you think. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It really helps us out and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can become a member of the channel and get to see videos like this before everybody else. Go check that out as well. As always, please stay safe. Star Trek. Live long and prosper. And I'll see you next time.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.